everyone.
Hi, everybody.
I'm Anne.
And I'm Kaz.
Welcome to our
Random
Thoughts. Yes, today we've come up with one topic that is really very relevant to discuss on.
Definitely.
And it's about work dynamics. I know there are a lot of people who are going through these dynamics, and at times you may not know how to handle them. So we've written down some few points that can help you to handle workplace politics.
Yeah, I think work politics is just something that you just learn to acclimate to, because no matter whether you work in an office, in like a construction site, in a supermarket, whatever, like you always have these social interactions. So I think we can maybe help you navigate that a little bit, because we done been through it ourselves.
I know.
We've been going through it.
Where you are in a place of more than 5, 2, 3, of course there will always be those dynamics that take place.
Yes. So let's check out a few rules of thumb when it comes to workplace/office dynamics.
So I think one of the things we need to pay much attention to is the rules of thumbs. And one of the rules of thumb is let your work speak for yourself.
Absolutely.
When you're good at your what you're doing, your work will speak for you. I know there are some people who can come and gossip against you. They'll talk bad about against you to your bosses, but your work will always speak for yourself.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I think it's also just a way of not really validating yourself, but like there will always be those people who try to tear you down. And if you focus on your job, because that's what you're getting paid for in the first place,
for sure.
like they'll fail where to start from, because like you're doing your job to the best of your ability. So that's a good rule of thumb. The second one, which is really hard, I know. Like it's human nature when you're in an environment, any type of environment, to be tempted to partake in gossip. So like I think that's a really important rule to take note of. Just like try to avoid gossip as much as possible. I know it's really easy. You're chilling with your friend, having a morning cup of coffee. Oh, did you hear what John did? Ooh, did Stephen did this and that? I know it's like really tempting, but like try, if you can't avoid it completely, minimize it as much as possible, because I find in these situations with some coworkers, you and I will be talking, right? Not knowing that you've gone to go deliver what we're talking about to John, but you edit, and you subtract what you were saying, and just go multiply what I said.
Exactly. And you find that it has spread all over your workplace.
With spice and salt and additives and additions and multiplication.
Though at some times there are positive gossips that you need at times to engage yourself into. For example, when you are talking about mostly work-related things, maybe you are talking about something that is going to develop your organization, your company. Of course, those you can engage them, but gossips that concern other workers, those are the ones that you don't need to partake in
as much as possible. It's not worth it, and it just creates unnecessary animosity at the end of the day, I think.
Because yes
at times you can think that it won't reach the person, and you just see like a change of attitude in your coworker, and you're like, "Nanga you lelo, like what's up with this attitude?" Not knowing that your message has been delivered
to other people. I know.
By FedEx, it has arrived already in their inbox. So like it's just healthy to just keep it to a minimum.
For sure. Be respectful when disagreeing.
Definitely, that's an important one.
Very, very. Because at times there are people who really disrespect other workers because they think they are superior to them. So when they're talking to them, when they're disagreeing, they're like, after all,
they're just arrogant with it, which is unnecessary.
Yeah, it's really bad, and it has happened. I'm sure it has happened to a lot of people.
Everyone, I'm sure,
so at times you just need to be respectful when you disagree. At times silence is the best solution, because you won't regret when you are silent. But if you just talk and talk, you end up like bringing out what would not be good to the person. So it's better you respect that person you are disagreeing with, or at times you need to keep silent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's also just equally important, just like because we all have different characters, right?
Exactly.
The world is made up of people with different personalities, different characters.
Yeah.
So obviously, we'll differ.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
human nature.
It's actually
It's part
it's
of
part of
life.
life. Yes.
Exactly. You are going to differ. You're
Yeah.
going to disagree.
Yeah.
But if you do it in a respectful manner, I think your message will even be more
More
likely to be
delivered.
accepted.
Yes.
Exactly. Because like you could be making the world's most sense, like what you're
Exactly.
saying, but due to your delivery, like I now have a closed mind because you're just being so rude about
Yeah.
how you're disagreeing. So let's all just try to respect each other's opinions and get
Yeah.
our points across
Yeah.
as respectfully as possible. It will
Yeah.
also just avoid a lot of like unnecessary headbutting. And like Anne said, peace and silence sometimes.
Yeah.
Like if you can see, because there are those people, they just will not let up. They are going to be right no matter what. When they are
Yeah.
wrong, they are still right.
Yeah.
So like in those situations, I think I think finding peace and silence is
Is
the
the
best.
best. I exactly.
That's our motto.
Motto: peace in silence.
Yes.
Yes. So also you need to take a positive approach when there is work dynamics that are taking place, most especially those which are mostly negative vibes. You have to take a positive approach. If you come in a negative way, I'll respond positively. I'll not even pay attention to the vibe, the negative vibe that you are bringing to me, because in the end, if you're bringing your negative vibe and you find I'm positive, of course we will not end to disagreements. So we will not end up disagreeing because I'm calm and positive. Then you are coming with your
You're just doing the most
the
for no
most.
reason.
Yes. So I think it's also very important to always take it a positive way, so that you don't end up in disagreements and
Definitely.
arguments to cause commotion at the workplace.
So also on the positive approach,
Mm.
you have a very good point there because it's also a good way to shut down a negative coworker. You know when
Yes.
someone is just bullying negativity and you're just like open and
Mm.
positive, they even feel where to start from at the end of the day. They'll just be like flabbergasted,
I know.
discombobulated, all of it. They'll just be like, you know what? I'm being ridiculous. Let me change. Let me
I
reflect on
know.
myself.
I
So like
know.
if you they say kill them with kindness. So
Yeah,
kill them with
exactly. Yeah,
kindness.
for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
So the next one also is compliment, don't criticize. I think especially employers and even just like your fellow coworker, we sometimes underestimate the value of
Of
a compliment or like
exactly.
positive
I know.
reinforcement.
I
When
know.
you just hear about all the things you've done wrong,
Mm.
for sure you could have been in the wrong, but
Yeah.
if someone were to mix in a little bit of a
Of
compliment of like
cars, you're good at that. Though you
exactly,
lack, you know,
it makes you, it
it
motivates
makes you
you.
feel good,
Yeah,
despite
whereas
the weakness that they have
exactly,
brought in. But if you start with a positive compliment and tell me my weakness,
you will find
I'll
someone is
not
more
even,
open.
yes, I'll not even feel bad. But those people who are always, cars, you're not doing
You're not
this
doing
right,
this, you're
cars,
not
this and
doing
this,
that,
that,
this and that.
nothing,
You
and
look
they
at your
don't like.
friend, they did this,
At
look at your
times
ooh,
you may not know what that person is going through.
exactly.
We go through a lot of things. You only see the physical appearance, but you don't know the battles that person
You
is
think everything
fighting
is
with
fine
inside,
and like
so a compliment will always be a fueling, it fuels the energy of the
it goes a
person,
long way. And I think
yeah.
also, Annie, I think the world is becoming a bit more like open to talking
Yeah.
about issues of mental health.
Yeah.
So I think we really don't know how each other's mental state is. So
Exactly.
if you're always just tearing down at someone, it takes a toll on that person. So like let's just be considerate of one
Yeah.
another. Check in on your friend. Be like, you know
Yeah.
what, you did that really well. You won't die. It won't kill you. And I think it even like motivates someone to even want to do better next time because they feel
Exactly.
like they're being appreciated.
Yes, I love complimenting actually the people that I work with, most especially the volunteers. When they do something, you always, thank you, you are really doing great. Just that me saying you're doing great. it makes a difference in
does
that person
completely.
is
I feel like
life.
it makes them feel seen. You know,
Yeah.
like if I, for sure, I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. I mess up on a daily basis. But if you just throw in like a little sugar with the salt you want to bring me,
for
I
sure.
think I would even be more receptive to what you want to say. I'll be like, you know what, you're right. Actually, I can do better.
And then be always be helpful. You know, there are times there are a lot of things people go through, but as they come to the workplace they will show this happy face, but inside them they are going through a lot of things. So always be helpful. When someone comes and asks for help at your workplace, find time to help that person, because you don't know what that person is going through.
Exactly.
Yeah, I always run to you, you know, when I need something.
Don't worry, I'll invoice you at the end of the day.
I know.
I'm billing you
I
as we
know.
speak.
I know.
Like,
You
I
know.
think it's important to help your fellow coworker out,
Yeah.
because let's not forget, a workplace is dynamic. That's why it's
Yes.
called, like, you
Like,
know, office
dynamics.
So it's like a revolving door. I need your help, you need my help. But if you are always the one
Closed.
trying to get help but never giving, people will be less likely to help you as well. They'll be like, well, you never do anything for me anyway. And then at the end of the day, it's just, you feel now like it's becoming like a toxic work environment.
I know.
Meanwhile, it could have all been avoided if we were all just a little more considerate of one another.
And at times, you know, there are things you go through and you're like, maybe my friends at the workplace will help me through this. You know, we go through a lot of things. We battle with a lot of things. That's why you are actually talking about mental health. We really need to help one another. And if someone asks for help, you don't know what they're struggling, battling with.
Real.
So it's always good to help out, please.
Wherever you can. I'm sure, of course, there'll be times when you're busy and this and that and the third, but like where you can, it's good to help one another.
Yeah.
So those were a few of our tips. I hope like one or two will resonate with you.
Yeah.
I think these are all just basic fundamentals of like being a civil human being. It should be common sense, but it's not really that common.
Yes.
So I'm sure even I've learned one or two things from this, just from like reading through what we've gone through today. What do you think, Annie?
Yeah, it's really it's really very important, and reading helps you a lot, because whenever you read, me this year I said one of my resolution, I'll be reading a lot, and I've learned from reading a lot.
Right.
And actually reading makes you even understand human nature, because you may find just reading even on Facebook, Instagram, but if you find books, you know, there are a lot of characters that are put in stories, are put on social media, so you can learn, because some people put their frustrations, but you can still learn from those frustrations and what happened, how did this person handle this. So those are the things we really need to look at and help one another, so that we don't fall suit into work dynamics in the
into
workplace.
toxic workplaces.
Yes, you know.
I can't deal. This year I'm finding peace in silence. So if you're like me and you are just like a sensitive ass person, like my feelings get hurt very quickly. But I have decided this year I'm developing a thick skin, and I'm also just finding peace in silence. I want to listen. I want to be more of a listening ear than an open mouth.
And you know, like in most cases, there are people who are always, they want to frustrate other people
That's
at the
their job.
workplace.
It's their mission in life. That's their portion in life. It's
So
just to
them,
wake up and
they
just,
feel pleasure in frustrating
they're
other people.
sadistic. They get
So
pleasure out of
so
seeing you
in most cases,
frustrated.
I think in most cases we just need to learn this keeping silence, peace in silence. You never regret.
And just be yourself. Don't let people, and I think
step
it's
on
really
you,
important.
take advantage
Don't
over
let,
you.
don't let people take you out of your character. Like, remain with your good character that you have, because immediately you let someone make you into something you're not, it's wild.
Yeah, for sure. So that's what we had
That
for
was
you
our show for
today.
today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe, leave us a comment, like, share, all that good stuff, positive vibes only. And this has been Random Thoughts, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.
Ciao.